So it's January 28, 2021. Had a Spalding basketball goal for 2 years or so. It's breaking apart. And those breaks have happened in the last couple of days. So we, well, the last couple of days, month or so, but getting worse. Have ordered, it's just arrived, Spalding in-ground basketball goal. Exactly the same one that we had a couple of years ago, but we moved. I swore I would never do it again, but here I am. My son and trusty helper Max, it's actually his birthday present, this goal, and he has started the process of digging the hole. We didn't video it, but there were boxwoods, I guess. Isn't that what you call that bush? Anyway, those bushes were there in that hole spot, and we jerked them out with the truck. And Max is now digging the hole. The minimum depth is 24 inches down, and the minimum width is 24 inches wide. So Max is working on that at the moment, and maybe try to video the progress. So that's it for the moment. A couple hours later, feel like the hole is
30 minutes later.
You think it's just 30 minutes? All right. We've been hard at work. Good deep hole. We're going to frame out the top to make it square. And so we've got this old piece of, looks like it was part of a dock, just on the wood pile. And so my saw is somewhere else. So we're going to use the chainsaw. We've already made one cut. And we're going to make a 24-inch box to frame out the top. So that's where we are at this stage.
You need some help.
A couple of hours further down the line, we built this box here to sort of square out the base of the goal. This is Luke, also helper. We just picked up 15 bags of 80-pound Quickcrete, and we got a mixer. And the plan is going to be to start assembling the goal, and I'll I guess for the interesting parts I'll pick up the video there.
Hey, Dad.
So we've opened the box. The braces for the backboard are there, the rim is there, hardware we've unpacked, the backboard is separately packed there. Yeah, we're going to start following the instructions. I believe we're going to assemble this before we mix the concrete. So that's where we are. And Luke's got a box. All right, so we're, I guess, the next day, mixed up, I think, 10 bags of 80-pound Quickcrete. The mixer, I've done this once before. I did it by hand. The mixer is definitely worth it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a lawnmower engine, and it runs. I already talked about framing it out. Mostly filled the hole until it got about level with the frame, and then set the frame in, and then carried on. I had on hand some steel bars, and so I reinforced the concrete. I'm now smoothing it out. Max, you have anything you want to add? Luke? That's it. All right, so we're now, I guess, day 3. I have left a lot of the video out, but I'll give a quick synopsis. The concrete had to cure where the pole is. I didn't talk about it, but there's a plastic sleeve that you set in the concrete with the bottom section, and once it sets, you take it out, and so the sleeve stays in place, and the bottom section comes out, and it's slid out. The last time it did not slide out. I had to use a jack to get it out. But anyway, that comes out, and the next step is that you mix up more concrete. You put the bottom section and the top section together. The top section slides down over the bottom section. And it is quite an ordeal, actually. I pounded and pounded. I'm walking over. You pounded onto a board, and I ended up getting in the back of my tailgate. This is the pounding board to connect the bottom to the top section. It's a pretty physical job, but I ended up putting some grease on it, and ultimately it slides over, and you bolt it. From there, you mix up concrete. They say 100 pounds, and you fill it in from the top. So, just glob by glob in your hand. One thing, I didn't really follow the instructions. It said wear gloves. The first day I didn't. It really dries your hands out. I've switched to gloves. Anyway, 100 more pounds goes in the tube. That cures for at least a day. From there, it's pretty heavy. You get it over the hole. You slide it in the hole. There's a little strap on the bottom. You strap that on. From there, you just follow the instructions. The 2 yokes screw in with the jack. You can see the jack's assembled in. And the glass backboard is here. And I'm going to unpack that and follow the instructions and attach the rim. And I'll add anything to it from there. So that's the finished product. Nothing really that significant about hanging the goal, except that I will say there are these vinyl bits it moves up and down. So here where I'm pointing, there, and on each moving part. So 4 there, and then 4 more on the hinge. They are all quite fiddly and aggravating, but you just get through it. I used a screwdriver to kind of pin it in place and then get the bolts through. All in all, it was much easier the second time. And that concludes the erection of the Spalding basketball goal.